Hello friends, myself Dr. Avinash Paude, Associate Professor at Department of Chemistry from Adarsh Mahavidyalaya Hingoli. Today in this video we are going to discuss about heterocyclic compounds. The objectives of these videos or the presentations are the introduction of heterocyclic compounds, classification and nomenclature. In this video we are going to learn about introduction of heterocyclic compounds. We are going to understand the methods of classification and the IUPAC nomenclature of heterocyclic compounds. These three aspects, introduction, classification, nomenclature, we are going to study. Before starting the actual heterocyclic compounds, we will see what are the classification of the organic compounds. The organic compounds, as we know, the compounds of carbon atoms, they are broadly classified into two compounds, open chain compounds and closed chain compounds. Open chain compounds are also called as aliphatic or acyclic compounds, and closed chain are also called as cyclic compounds. As the name indicated, they are having open chains, but they are not having a ring-like structure. For example, alkanes, alkenes, alkynes, alcohols, ethers, amines, etc. All these compounds have chain structure. They doesn't contain any kind of ring. That's why they comes under open chain organic compounds. On the other hand, the cyclic or closed chain compounds are having a ring structure or cycles in their structure. For example, all cycloalkanes, benzene, pyrimidine, pyrrole, thiopene, all cyclic compounds comes under this class of organic compounds. In this way, the organic compounds are broadly classified into two types, open chain and cyclic or closed chain. Now the cyclic or closed chain organic compounds are also divided into two types. The first is heterocyclic compound and another is homocyclic compound, which is also called carbocyclic compounds. Carbocyclic compounds are cyclic compounds which contains only one atom in their part of the ring, that is carbon. Hence they are also called carbocyclic compounds. They are again divided into two types, aromatic homocyclic compounds and non-aromatic homocyclic compounds. Those homocyclic compounds which obeys Huckel's rule and are aromatic comes under aromatic homocyclic compound, and those which doesn't obey comes under non-aromatic homocyclic compounds. For example, benzene. Benzene is a aromatic compound. As we all know that it comes under homocyclic compound. As it contains cycle ring, it is cyclic. The ring contain only carbon atoms, only no other heteroatom. That's why it is a homocyclic aromatic compound. On the other hand, cyclohexane, it is also having a 6-membered carbon containing ring structure. That's why it is cyclic, but it doesn't obey Huckel's rule. It is non-aromatic, so that's why it is non-aromatic homocyclic compounds. The other class of cyclic compound, that is heterocyclic. Hetero means differ. In these cycles or in these compounds, cyclic compounds, the cycle ring contains at least one heteroatom, that is other than carbon. It may be nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur. Such compounds are called heterocyclic compounds. They are again divided into aromatic and non-aromatic. Examples of aromatic, as we seen that aromatic, which are aromatic heterocyclic compounds are aromatic heterocyclic compounds, and which are non-aromatic comes under non-aromatic heterocyclic compounds. Aromatic compounds, for example, pyrrole. Pyrrole is a 5-membered ring compound, and in this ring there are 4 carbon atoms and 1 nitrogen. Nitrogen is not a carbon other than carbon, that's why it is a heteroatom. That's why the ring is called heterocyclic compounds. For example, furan contains oxygen as a heteroatom as a part of the 5-membered ring. That's why it is also a heterocyclic compound. And thiopene contains sulfur. All these furan, pyrrole, thiopene obeys Huckel's rule, are cyclic planar. That's why they are aromatic. Hence, these heterocyclic are aromatic heterocyclic compounds. On the other hand, non-aromatic compounds, all these tetrahydrofuran, tetrahydrothiopene and pyrrolidine are saturated. They are non-aromatic, but they are cyclic and containing at least one heteroatom. That's why they comes under heterocyclic, non-aromatic heterocyclic compounds. In this way, the cyclic compounds are divided into two parts, heterocyclic and homocyclic. Heterocyclic, as name indicates, hetero means differ. It contains at least one heteroatom other than carbon as a part of the ring. and the other side homocyclic contains only carbon atom as a part of the ring. So by seeing the classification of organic compounds in brief, we came to know that heterocyclic compounds are nothing but cyclic compounds containing at least one heteroatom as a part of ring. Hetero means other than carbon. Generally that heteroatom is oxygen, sulfur and nitrogen. In some cases there is may be presence of silicon, phosphorus, etc. They may be aromatic and non-aromatic. Here are the examples of some aromatic heterocyclic compounds: furan containing oxygen as a heteroatom, pyrrole containing nitrogen as a heteroatom, thiophene containing sulfur as a heteroatom, pyridine 6-membered nitrogen containing ring. All these are aromatic compounds. They are cyclic and containing at least one heteroatom as a part. That's why they are heterocyclic aromatic compounds. These are two examples of non-aromatic heterocyclic compounds: pyrrolidine, a saturated 5-membered nitrogen containing compound; tetrahydrofuran, saturated oxygen containing furan. They are non-aromatic, but they are cyclic and containing one heteroatom. That's why they are non-aromatic heterocyclic compounds. In this way, we have seen that heterocyclic compounds are cyclic compounds containing at least one heteroatom other than carbon, and that heteroatom mostly is nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur. Now we will see the classification of organic compounds. As if there are many classifications of heterocyclic compounds, but particularly keeping in view heterocyclic aromatic compounds, they are classified on the basis of the size of the heterocyclic ring, number of heteroatom and number of cyclic ring. Size means how many number of atoms are present in the ring. Number of heteroatom is how many atoms are present, whether there are 1, 2 or many heteroatoms are present in the ring. And number of cyclic ring means how many rings are present in the compound, 1, 2 or more than 2. On these three criteria, the heterocyclic aromatic compounds are classified mainly into 5 types. We will see one by one. The first type is the first class of heterocyclic compounds, 5-membered heterocyclic compounds containing one heteroatom. For example, furan, pyrrole, thiophene. All these are containing 5 members in the ring and at least and only one heteroatom. In the furan, there are 4 carbon atom and 1 oxygen as a part of the ring. Hence, it is an example of 5-membered, 1 heteroatom containing compound. Similarly, pyrrole containing 4 carbon atom and 1 nitrogen atom, and thiophene containing 4 carbon atom and 1 sulfur atom. All these compounds are containing only one heteroatom and 5 members are present in their ring. That's why they comes under 5-membered heterocyclic compounds containing one heteroatom. The second class, 5-membered heterocyclic compounds containing 2 heteroatoms. For example, this is diazole. Diazole contains 5 members, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a part of the ring, and they contains 2 nitrogen atoms, that is heteroatom. Hence they comes under 5-membered heterocyclic compound containing 2 atoms. Another example, thiazole. Again it contains 5 members, 3 carbon atom, 1 nitrogen and 1 sulfur atom. Nitrogen and sulfur are heteroatom, means there are 2 heteroatoms and 5 atoms in the ring. That's why they come under 5-membered heterocyclic compounds containing 2 heteroatoms. The third class, 6-membered heterocyclic compounds containing 1 heteroatom. For example, this pyridine contains 6 members, 1 nitrogen and 5 carbon atoms. Hence it is 6-membered heterocyclic compound and only 1 nitrogen is present as a heteroatom. That's why it is a 6-membered heterocyclic compound containing 1 heteroatom. The fourth class of the heterocyclic compound, 6-membered heterocyclic compound containing 2 heteroatoms. For example, pyridiazine, pyrimidine and pyrazine. All these 3 heteroatoms compounds contains 6 members in the ring, that is 4 carbon and 2 nitrogen atoms. 4 carbon and 2 nitrogen atoms. 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon and 2 nitrogen atoms. Only change is the position of the nitrogen atom in the ring. Hence they are containing 6 members in the ring. That's why they are 6-membered heterocyclic compound, and 2 heteroatoms in the form of nitrogen. That's why they are 6-membered heterocyclic compound containing 2 heteroatoms. Now the last class, that is condensed heterocyclic compounds. In this type of heterocyclic compounds, two or more than two rings are fused to form a new kind of heterocyclic compounds. For example, in indole is an example of condensed heterocyclic compound. There are two rings are fused. One is benzene, another is pyrrole. Pyrrole and benzene ring fused to form a new heterocycle compound, that is indole. The second example is quinoline. Quinoline is having two fused rings, that is one is benzene, another is pyridine. Pyridine and benzene fused to form quinoline. The next example is isoquinoline. Again, similar to quinoline, the two rings benzene and pyridine fused to form isoquinoline, but the change is that position of the bond, fusion of position of bond. Here the different bond is fused with benzene or pyridine, and here pyridine is fused with another bond. That's why there are isomers of each other but not the same compound. Another example, benzothiazole. It contains two rings, benzene and thiazole ring condense to form a benzothiazole, and in benzoxazole, benzene ring condense to this ring, that is oxazole, to form a new kind of heterocycle, that is benzoxazole. In this way, the heterocyclic compounds, aromatic heterocyclic compounds, are classified into 5 types. One 5-membered, one heteroatom containing compound, example furan pyrrole. 5-membered, two heteroatom containing compounds, and for example pyrazole, imidazole, oxazole. 6-membered, one heteroatom containing compound, example pyridine. 6-membered, two heteroatom containing compounds, that is pyrimidine. And last, condensed heterocyclic compound, for example quinoline, benzoxazole, indole, isoquinoline, etc. Now we will see the IUPAC nomenclature of the compounds. The Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry have recommended some rules in 1957 for systematic naming of heterocyclic compounds. Besides the IUPAC nomenclature, there is a trivial naming system, that is we generally call common names of the compounds, are also used, which are widely accepted in the world. The trivial names are commonly used for the heterocyclic compound. They are deeply rooted in the nomenclatures. Besides that, the IUPAC in 1957 recommended some rules, and we will see the rules to name the IUPAC name the heterocyclic compound. These are the following rules for IUPAC nomenclature of heterocyclic compounds. The first rule: the following prefixes are used for the various heteroatoms. Means depending upon the heteroatom present in the heterocyclic compound, the prefix is used. For example, in this table, the shown that atoms, and on the opposite side of that atom, the prefix should be used is written. There is oxygen. If there is oxygen in the heterocyclic compound, then the prefix should be used is oxa. For sulfur, the prefix used is thia. For nitrogen, it must be aza. For phosphorus, the phosphor prefix should be used, and for silicon, sila should be used. Means first rule, simple rule: depending upon the atom present in the heterocyclic compound, corresponding prefix must be used. The second rule: following suffixes are used for the heterocyclic compounds depending upon the size of the ring or number of atoms present in the ring. Here the column, first column, the size of the ring or the number of atoms present in the ring, whether it is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 membered ring, and corresponding suffixes which is to be used are given. If the heterocyclic compound contains only 3 members, then the suffix used is IRINE, irine. For the 4-member heterocyclic compounds, the suffix should be used ETE. For 5-membered, the suffix should be used OLE. For a 6-membered heterocyclic compound, the suffix used is INE. For 7-membered, the suffix should be used EPNE. Hence, this is the second rule, simple rule, how to use the suffix depending upon the size of the ring. In this way, the first rule and second rule, how to obtain this prefix, how to obtain the suffix. Now we have to just combine this prefix and suffix, and you will get the IUPAC name of the compound. This is simple names. For example, we will see This is the heterocyclic compound. The trivial name of this compound is furan. We have to obtain the IUPAC name of this furan. As you know that furan contains oxygen as a heteroatom. According to first rule, the prefix must be oxa. Now suffix. How to obtain suffix? Suffix according to rules 2, on the basis of the number of number of atoms present in the ring or size of the ring, the suffix should be as it contains 5-membered ring 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For 5-membered ring, the suffix is OLE. Hence, by adding oxa and OLE, the name becomes oxole. This is the IUPAC name of 5-membered oxygen containing aromatic compound is oxole. Hence, the IUPAC name of the furan, the common name of this heterocyclic, is oxole. Second example, again in this heterocyclic compound, the nitrogen and 4 carbon atoms, 5 atoms are present. Depending upon the nitrogen, according to first rule, the suffix should be aza, and 5 members are there. The ring size is containing 5 members, and depending upon the size of the ring, the suffix should be OLE. Hence, the aza plus OLE, the word becomes azole. The common name of this heterocyclic is pyrrole, and the IUPAC name of the pyrrole is azole. The third example, sulfur containing 5 members. As it contains sulfur, the prefix must be thia. Again, it having 5-membered ring, the suffix should be OLE. The name becomes thiazole. The next example, 6-membered nitrogen compound. As we know that the common name of this compound, trivial name of this compound is pyridine. Then what is the IUPAC name of the pyridine? First, we should obtain the prefix, which depends upon the heteroatom. Nitrogen containing in this heteroatom, that's why the depending upon nitrogen, the prefix is aza. Now, depending upon the ring size, it contains 6 members. On that basis, the suffix must be ine. Aza plus ine, the word becomes azyne. Hence, this is the azyne is the IUPAC name of pyridine. In this way, obtaining prefix and suffix, we can have the IUPAC name of the particular heterocyclic compound. The prefix depends upon the kind of heteroatom present in that heterocycles, and the suffix depends upon the size of the ring. Third rule, in monocyclic compounds, if only one heteroatom is present, then numbering is given in such a way that the heteroatom gets the lowest number. And in the other way, we can say that numbering should be start from the heteroatom in one heteroatom containing compound. If it is only present only one heteroatom, then numbering should be start from that heteroatom. For example, here in thiophene, the numbering should start from 1 in either direction, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. In pyridine, the numbering should start from nitrogen. The next rule, fourth, when 2 or more same heteroatoms are present in the ring, then use the prefixes di, tri, tetra for 2 same atom, 3 same atom, 4 same atom respectively. If the same heteroatom present in the heterocyclic compounds, then use the prefixes di, tri, tetra for them. For example, in these heterocyclic compounds, 5 members are there and 2 heteroatom. 5 member, 2 heteroatom containing both are nitrogen. That's why we can use for 2 same heteroatom, di should be used. Hence, the name is numbering should start from any nitrogen 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, di for 2, di 5 member nitrogen containing heterocycle azole. Hence, the name becomes 1, 3 diazole. 1 and 3 the position of nitrogen atom, di for 2 same heteroatom, and azole for 5 membered nitrogen containing compound. Again, in this heterocyclic compound there are 3 nitrogen atoms, so for 3 tri prefix should be used. First, the name 5 membered nitrogen containing name is azole, as it contains 3 heteroatoms, triazole, and numbering at the position of this 3 nitrogen 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3. That's why the name becomes 1, 2, 3 triazole. Here another example, it 6 member 2 nitrogen containing compounds. As we know that 6 member 1 nitrogen containing compound, 6 member and nitrogen containing compound, the name will be the azyne. Now there are 2 nitrogen, that's why it is diazyne. Now position of this nitrogen, we can start from any nitrogen atom 1 2 3 1 2 3. The numbering will be the same. That's why the name, the full IUPAC name is 1,3 diazyl. In this way we can use di-tritetra for similar kind of heteroatom present in the heterocyclic compound. What if the heteroatoms are differ? If there are presence of more than two heteroatoms or two different heteroatoms, whom should be given the preference? According to this rule, the ring contains two or more different heteroatoms. Then, while nomenclature, give the preference to the heteroatom which belongs to highest group in the periodic table. For example, in this heterocyclic compounds, 5 members are there and 2 heteroatoms are. One is sulfur and another nitrogen. So, whom should we give the preference? As per this rule, the preference should given to heteroatom which belongs to highest group. In sulfur and nitrogen, as we know that sulfur is from 16 group and nitrogen from 15 group. So, sulfur is in highest group, so sulfur should be given the preference. That's why numbering should start from sulfur 1 2 3 1, 3. First sulfur thia, second nitrogen, prefix for nitrogen aza, thia plus aza plus 5 membered suffix OLE. The name becomes thiazole 1, 3 thiazole. Similarly, oxygen, nitrogen, 5 member heterocyclic compounds. In this nitrogen and oxygen, in between nitrogen and oxygen, as oxygen from the 16 group and nitrogen from the 15 group, according to the rule, that belongs to highest group should gain the priority. So oxygen gets the priority as it is in the 16 group, nitrogen in 15 group. Numbering should start from oxygen 1 2 3 plus oxa, prefix for oxygen, plus aza, prefix for nitrogen, and 5 membered ring suffix should be OLE. Oxa plus aza plus OLE, oxazole, and the numbering 1 2 3. The name becomes 1, 3 oxazole. In this, another example of 3 heteroatoms are present: nitrogen, 2 nitrogen, and 1 sulfur. As we know that sulfur and nitrogen, sulfur is from 16 group, nitrogen from 15 group. Sulfur should gain the priority. Numbering should start from sulfur 1 2 3. That's why it is 1 2 3. Prefix for sulfur thia. For 2 nitrogen, prefix is same heteroatom dia, and aza plus suffix for 5 membered ring OLE. Thia plus di plus aza plus OLE, the name becomes thiadiazole 1, 2, 3 thiadiazole. Similarly, in this case, there are 3 different heteroatoms are present and the ring contains 6 members. For 6 members, the suffix is INE. Out of these 3, whom should be the preference should be given? In case of sulfur and nitrogen, as sulfur is in the highest group, then prefix for sulfur, but oxygen and sulfur are in the same group. In such situation, if 2 different heteroatoms are belong to same group, then the preference goes to lowest atomic number. Sulfur and oxygen are on the same group. As we know that sulfur and oxygen in the same group. In this case, the preference goes to lowest atomic number. Oxygen atomic number 8, sulfur atomic number 16. So preference should be given to oxygen. Hence the numbering should start from oxygen 1 2 3 4. As you know that if you given numbering from this side, for simple rule for numbering the ring, lowest sum rule, then numbering should from this side 1 2 3. All the heteroatoms should gain the lowest possible number. That's why first preference oxa plus second preference in sulfur and nitrogen according to highest group should be for sulfur, oxa plus thia, then aza plus 6 members suffix is INE. The name becomes oxathiazine. Numbering 1, 2, 4. 1 for aza, 4 position thia, 2 position aza, plus suffix becomes 1, 4, 2 oxa thiazine. This is all about nomenclature of organic compounds. In this way, we have seen the introduction, what are the heterocyclic compounds, their classification, how they are classified, and how they are named in by the IUPAC. Thank you.